So one thing about hospitality, I feel like some people naturally have it. It's like being charismatic. Some people are born with it. Like they ooze charisma and grace and consideration. And there's other people that have to work at it a little bit more. And one of the things that I've noticed on some of these social media platforms and lives that I've logged onto is there's some people that have that, and there's some people that lack it and are extremely rude. And this isn't a video to tell anybody how to run their house, because your life is your house. How you operate in your house is your business. But one thing that I will say is that I think that is something to keep in mind. How you run your house is something to take into consideration for us people that are logging on to participate in some of these people's households. Because for me personally, I don't want to be in nobody's house where I don't feel invited. I don't want to be in anybody's house that's messy, that has a funky attitude, and does not know how to be hospitable. And one of the signs of this is when you log on and there's just this energy of a grifter. They're automatically asking you for money. You don't even know what's taking place in the house. You haven't even set your stuff down yet good enough to really get a feel for the place. You haven't even gotten a chance to introduce yourself before they're running up asking you for offerings, asking you why you haven't made a payment, asking you, who you are and this and that, the third. Well, if that's how you feel, if you're going to be on the defense, but yet you're on live, which is an option where you are to socialize and to connect with people that you don't know, then it's a way to go about it, And I just find that to be hilarious. And it's also off-putting. When I'm coming on to people's lives and they're acting like that, it's like, okay, this ain't the place that I want to be anyway. And don't get me wrong, I feel like people should protect their energy, do what's necessary to preserve their energy, because there are creeps. There are people that are just looking to take up your energy, especially when it comes to being a spiritualist. If you're a light worker, if you're out here doing readings and things like that, yes, people will capitalize on your gifts. But it's another thing when there's real people out here that are just looking to connect or may just be innocently logging on, don't know nothing about you, and automatically you're attacking, and automatically you're coming off hostile. I think that it's something to take into consideration. And I feel like there should be like a code of conduct or something when it comes to this. People get flagged all the time for doing absolutely nothing, for saying certain things on these platforms that are considered to be flag words or whatever, or we're talking about topics that offend people. Well, how about that? How about people get flagged for their nasty personality or their hostility towards people that, don't know anything about them or what's going on when they log onto their lives? I think that is something to flag. But hey, that's just my personal opinion. Now, this may rub people the wrong way, but if it does, then obviously there's something to think about there.